Hello students, good morning. So today we are talking about rotor machines and steganography. So in the previous lecture we discussed about the substitution technique and transposition technique of classical encryption, which is used in the network security and cryptography. After that, some other techniques are also invented like rotor machine and steganography. So first of all, what is rotor machine and what is steganography? So rotor machine is a machine which change the plain text into the cipher text by some mechanical mechanism. Means there is some mechanical specification is used in rotor machine. And in steganography, we just change the plain text by some representations. So this is the basic brief of these two techniques. Now let's start our topic. So in this lecture, we will discuss the learning outcomes of these two techniques. What is the topic? Introduction of the topic, description of the rotor machine, description of steganography, where we use these type of techniques, and after that a little bit of exercise. So let's start with the learning outcome. So after completion of this lecture, you can understand very well that what is rotor machine and what is steganography. What are the basic principles that are used in both the technique, when it was used, where it was used, what are the advantages, exercise and references. Okay, so let's start. Come to the rotor machine. So as in the previous lecture, I defined you that by using a multiple stages of encryption, we can produce a strong algorithm that is much more difficult to cryptanalyze. Means a hacker, a attacker cannot convert our data into a readable form. So there are so many techniques. Uh, One is defined as columnar technique of two types. First is of basic, and second one is so many rounds. So in second technique, we just we just take the plain text and insert it into so many rounds so that we will get the more strong ciphertext. So in rotor machine, we also do the same thing, but this mode rotor machine works on a different mechanism. So as I told you, there are so many algorithms are developed for the encryption technique. One of the algorithm is called DES, that is called Data Encryption Standard. So between the substitution cipher or transposition cipher and before the evolution of data encryption standard, there are so many encryption techniques also invented. So one of these are one of the two techniques. Which one is first one is the rotor machine and second one is the steganography. So a rotor machine is a machine which is based on rotor principle, and this machine is used by both in Germany, also in Japan, for breaking the both of the codes, breaking both of the codes by the allies in the Second World War. So by this technique, they just transfer their messages to other people so that enemy cannot encrypt them. So basically, these techniques are used in uh, between the Second World War or before the Second World War or in between the Second World War. So what is the basic principle that is used in rotor machine? So as you can see in the diagram, uh, first I would want to discuss the diagram. As you can see in the diagram, we know that we have 26 characters. Okay. So here we defined a machine. This is a rotor machine, and in which we just defined all ABCD up to Z and with the connected numbers with them. Okay. So now, as you can see, 24 is connected here by this 24 number. 25 is connected to this 25 number. 26 is connected to here 26 number. And these number has assigned a particular character. A particular character is assigned to each and every number. Now, this is the first rotor, fast rotor. This is the medium rotor, and this is the slow rotor. So here, three rotors are defined. So when in first rotor, C is defined for number 26, and 26 is defined for medium rotor to number 7. Now in 7 is defined to fast slow rotor for number 20, and after that we get the ciphertext E here. Okay. So for C we get the ciphertext E here. So this is the initial setting, and this is the first keystroke, or you can say first round of the rotor machine. After that, second round is defined, in which again this E is defined to number 1, or we just take a different example. We'll take example of B here. B is defined to 24. 24 is defined here. It's assigned to 25. 25 is assigned to 17 here, and 17 is assigned to D here. So in second round, we get the B to E here. Okay, D here. Now again, we can create a third round in which we get a different character for the initial plain text. Means initial plain text is the here. This is the input data of the plain text. So in this way, the rotor machine works. Now, so the basic principle I just defined you how the rotor machine is works, and rotor machine is consist of independently rotating cylinders through which electric pulses can flow. So in this, the electric pulses are flow which define that what is the character which is defining. And as you can see, there are 26 character. So each cylinder has 26 input line. Okay. So by this way, we just defined all the things and all the characters in the rotor machine. Now, in rotor machine, each input and output pin is associated with the letter of the alphabet or character. So, a single cylinder in rotor machine defines a monoalphabetic substitution. So here we define the substitution. A monoalphabetic substitution is defined, a substitution cipher, or we can say the rotor machine is a type of substitution technique in cryptography. Okay. Now, in rotor machine, a single cylinder system does not provide the strong cryptography or a strong ciphertext. For strong ciphertext, we have to design or define multiple cylinders so that the output pin of one cylinder are connected to the input pin of second cylinder, as you can see in the diagram, in which fast rotor is the output of the fast rotor is connected to the input to the first rotor. Output of the medium rotor is input to the slow rotor. That's what about. So in this way, by using a multiple cylinder, we can create a strong ciphertext. Okay. Now, this is the function, or this is the principle on which the router machine works. Now, come to the features of router machine, or we can say advantage of router machine. So, uh, router machine is basically a mechanical device, as I told you, in which cylinders are works, and they are sending the data or information in the form of electric pulses. Or in router machine, the encryption algorithm that is very much complex, because we are using so many cylinders for creating a ciphertext. After that, the router machine was developed in the middle of second decade of the 20th century, as I told you, before the Second World War, and they became one of the most important cryptographic solution in the world for the next 10 years. On that time, only these type of techniques are used for sending the information for in cryptography format. So this is the router machine. Now come to the second part, that is called steganography. So steganography. So steganography is not basically not strictly speaking, not encryption. So it's called namely steganography. So as maybe you heard the name, that is called steno. So what is the working of steno in any government organization or private organization? So they are just trying to write all the things which is defined by his boss or her boss, maybe. So they just write all the things, but they don't write all the things in the form of ABCD. They write the things in the form of some not characters, in some pictures, or in some labels which are defined here. So steganography is like that, in which we not defining or changing the character or input message in another form, but we change the whole message in different things, in different we can say correct, not in different character, or in different terms, or in different signs, you can say different type of signs can be used. So as we know that a plain text may be hidden in two ways. Uh, so in as so first we can either change the text, plain text, to the another form, or another character, or another text, or we can change the text into the form of sign. So steganography word is defined by the David Kahn, in which is given this name steganography. So steganography is a time consuming to construct, because in this there are so many arrangement of words, letter, and so many text spells for the real messages. Okay. Now, so I just give you the example so that you can briefly understand or the basic principle of steganography. So there are some examples of steganography which I defined to you. First is the character marking. So what is character marking? In character marking, selected letter of printed type or typewritten text are overwriting written in pencil. That is called character marking. So the marks are ordinary but not visible unless the paper is held to an angle to a brighter light. Means if you just write anything to a paper, and before in the backside you can just take another paper in which a marking of your writing is there, so by which you can see. So that is called character marking. After that, second one is the invisible ink. So there are so many chemicals and number of substances can be used for writing, but leave no visible trace unless or until uh, we just produce some heat or some proper chemical to appear to visible. So that is called invisible ink. Uh, I can just give you the simple example of that. If you just take the lemon juice and you want to write anything on with that, so it is not visible to anyone. But if you take the paper on some heat, if you apply some heat on that paper, then all the characters are shown to you. So this type of techniques also used for the uh, cryptography, and this is invisible ink. After that, third one is the pin punchers. So what are pin punchers? So there are small pin punchers on selected letters are used, which are not visible unless paper is held up in the front of light. So we just use the some pin punchers for there to define the character, which is not visible to anyone until we just take the paper in the front of the light. After that, typewriter correction ribbon. So that is very important and interesting also, because we use the typewriter for sending the messages, and if we used between lines typed with a black ribbon, the result of typing with the correction tape are visible only under a strong light. So in this, we just take or use the different type of ribbon for the typewriters, so that no one can easily see what is typed here, and it is only seen under the strong light. So these are some examples which are used for the steganography, in which we hide the plain text, or we just hide the plain text in the form of some pin punctures, in the sum of some signs with the invisible inks, correction ribbon, etc. So these are the four examples which I defined you for the steganography. So although there are so many techniques also used for it, but these techniques are very famous at that time, in the previous time of around before 50 to 60 years ago. Now, uh, the basic purpose of these techniques used to hide a messages by using a uh, least significant bits on the frames. Okay, so one of the type of steganography is also used for sending the messages, in which we just hide the messages in the form of picture. In the form of picture, we can hide the messages. So for this, we can use so many algorithms. RSA can also be used for that. So first, hiding the messages in the picture is defined by the codec. So codec defined it, in which it uses a 24 bit of RGB color information, in which the 24-bit pixels is used, and for hiding the messages in the picture, and create a great quality picture for that. So in this form, in this type of technique, we can hide around 2 to 3 megabyte of messages in a single snapshot. This is one type of steganography. So right now there are so many types. After that, Steganography has a number of drawbacks also. When we compare the steganography with the different type of encryption techniques or different type of encryption algorithms. So it also requires a lot of overhead to hide relatively few bits of information. Means if we want to hide the information, then we just hide a letter, a single letter, or we just hide a piece of two or three letters. But for hiding the the message, we have to uh, create lot of overheads for them. So that's why this technique is not very much used in nowadays. Okay? Now, so it becomes virtually worthless. So this problem of overhead is overcome by the insertion of new methods, which depends on the some sort of new types of algorithm techniques which uses a key by which we can uh, hide the or uh, change our plain text to the ciphertext. Now, there are some features which are defined in the steganography. First one I told you that is the capacity. So the capacity of the steganography is not too high, it is less. After that, robustness, as I told you, with the data or plain text which is changed by using a steganography is robust. After that, undetectable. Undetectable means the plain text which is changed by using of pin punctures or by using of invisible ink or typewriter character. So everyone or a normal person cannot detect it that there is a message hide in this. After that, invisibility, if we are using the invisible ink, so it is just look like a plain paper and nothing is visible to that. So we can also hide or invisible all the text from the users. After that, security. So security is one thing in which if we just hide the plain text by using the cryptographic techniques, then our message is much more secure than compared to the transposition and substitution techniques. So these are the some features of steganography. After that, I would like to define some advantages also. So the main advantage of steganography is that so it can be employed by parties who have something to lose should the fact of their secret communication. Means if the message is maybe uh, captured by the hacker or attacker or our message is disclosed to anyone, so maybe not much effect for the user. So that in these types of communication we use the steganography. But as compared to the steganography and router machine, so router machine is very much uh, useful because in router machine it is very much difficult to uh, hack or to decrypt our plain text. So this is all about the features and differences of steganography and router machine. Now come to the reference and textbook. So these are the basically a single reference book I defined here. William Sterling, Cryptography Network Security, in which you will get all the things of your syllabus in this single book. And also one more, that is Eric Maywald. So these are the references for this slide also. So thank you very much for listening today's lecture. And as I told you, uh, up to this lecture, we are just discussed about all the classical encryption technique which are used in cryptography or network security before 50 to 60 years ago. Now, in the coming lectures, we will discuss all the main encryption algorithm which are used in nowadays also. So, the coming lectures are very much interesting, and some mathematical functions also used there for creating algorithm, developing algorithm. So you will enjoy it. So thank you very much for listening my lecture, and thanks to all.